Okay, so here we are back and we will continue and we will talk about new concept testing. What do I mean by new concept? What do you think I mean by new concept?
About the product.
About the product? Yeah, your answers are very brief. Can you be more specific? And loud.
If a product don't fulfill the requirements previously, now they bring a new concept like in the market. You can say it's a new.
No, not quite accurate. Do you want to try?
New concept can be a new product about something that was not before. It can be a new concept.
Right. So, for example, I want to launch a new kind of mosquito repellent, for example, or existing kind of mosquito repellent, but I want a new brand. I want to launch a new brand with some slight differentiation. Or I've got a new technology that allows you to fly from your house to the office by just flapping your wings. I'll give you wings that you can attach to your arms and you flap it and you can fly. It's a new concept. Now I want to find out, will my concept work in the market? That is new concept testing. Okay? So what will make a new concept work or not work? When will a new concept work? Use the mic please here. When will a new concept, here it is. When will a new concept work or not work? What are the conditions that are necessary for a new idea to work, a new product idea to work in the market? It could be a service also, it could be a new credit card, it could be a new kind of bank account, it could be a new kind of vehicle loan, anything. It could be a new kind of educational institution, right? Yes, please, you answer, absolutely, yeah.
Need in the market.
Good, but yes, a more specific term would be better.
When consumers
accept. Again good, but again not the correct technical word. What else?
When it will be able to fulfill the consumer's need.
Need. Correct, but it's true, but it's not technically the correct word that I'm looking for. That's all. Okay, so there are 5 conditions that must be met. Condition number 1 is relevance. This is what you're calling as need. What I'm offering is something consumers want. It is something that consumers need. It is relevant to them. So, if I'm talking about flapping your wings and going to some other place, there is a need to go faster. So that is relevant, right? But if I'm talking about a new mosquito repellent, which is just a brand, one more brand which is there, okay? Yes, that also there's a need. There is a need for repelling mosquitoes. Yes.
There is a need, but the customers are not aware with it. It's kind of hidden need. And the
hidden need, the technical word is latent need.
Latent need.
Yes. Yeah, we'll come to that. Good point. The second condition that needs to be met is uniqueness. So when I'm talking about flapping your wings and going to some other place, that is very different from whatever we have today. It is truly unique. Right? It is also relevant.
Innovative.
Yeah, innovative. So innovation, differentiation, all these things are called unique. To come back to latent need, sometimes a consumer will have the need, but they'll be like, we know it's not possible. That is when it becomes very latent. Technology anyway doesn't support it. So I have a bad handwriting, as you all can make out. My handwriting is very ordinary. If somebody makes a pen that will improve my handwriting, that's a relevant need. But it's a latent need. I never dreamt of such a possibility. Now that somebody is coming and telling me they can make such a pen, is when the need comes to the surface. That's what a latent need is. Now, what was the third condition? Credibility. So, if I say you can flap your wings and go to wherever you want to, yes, it is relevant. Yes, it is unique. But do you believe me when I say it? You don't believe me. You're like, what is this? I saw the expression on your face. You were like, eh? What is this? It's not credible. It is not believable.
Reliable.
It is not reliable. People don't believe that you can actually deliver that benefit. So credibility is also important. So if credibility is low, anyway people will not react positively to the concept. They're saying something, but that's not true. Right? So credibility. Fourth is what you're calling as acceptability, likability. I mean, on the whole, I should be like, oh yes, I like this. Taking all these things into account, I like this. I want it. I'm interested in it. Right? I'm interested in it. Fifth is price value proposition. So supposing the world's leading scientists say that we have discovered a material which you can attach as wings and that will allow you to fly, then you will believe. And some president of some country demonstrates, then you will believe, oh, president of USA, president of UK, prime minister of India is demonstrating. It must be true. Then you will say, I like it and I want it. But then they will tell you that per pair of wings, it costs 35 lakhs. And if one scratch on it comes, it takes 6 lakhs to replace. Then the price value proposition is very poor. It should also be good value for money. So if all these conditions are met, then a new concept will definitely succeed. If all these conditions are not met, your new concept will definitely fail. But in life, no new idea will meet all the conditions. So you do research, you explain the concept to the consumer. In market research, we call it respondent. You explain the concept to the consumer through something called concept card. Okay, the concept card you describe. We plan to bring out a product like this. It is based on so and so technology. It will have so and so features. It will be different from the competing products in this and this fashion. Right? You explain this concept. And they react to the concept and then they evaluate this concept on relevance, on uniqueness, on credibility, on likability, and on price value proposition. Right? And some of it will be good, some of it will be bad. So you take a combined decision, overall say, on the whole, it seems to be good, on the whole, doesn't seem to be so good. And then you decide whether to launch into the market. You go ahead and manufacture the product based on that feedback, or you decide to say, I have to go back to my drawing board and create a better variant of my idea. That decision based on the kind of scores you get. This is also quantitative research. Okay, it also requires fairly good sample sizes and a structured questionnaire. In the previous thing also, what I talked about ad testing is also quantitative because you want to know how many percentage can remember the ad. That straight away makes it quantitative, right? Yeah. Any questions on this? Any of you plans to become a businessman, businesswoman? Any thoughts, any new concepts in your mind for a business idea? It can be a service, it can be a product. There is a person, he's a Swamiji, I think he started his own country somewhere, no? Would he have believed that is possible? Credibility is low, no? But he's done it. He has bought some island or something and he calls it his own country. Indian only. He goes there and gives wisdom and speeches. I don't know whether he gives good speeches or bad speeches. I have no opinion about it. But that's a completely fantastic new concept. I am starting a country. Who can start a country? He started a country. That's a wonderful new concept. Correct. Maybe after some time, maybe, I don't know. His country will succeed if both people go there and say, I want to live here in your country, and apply for a passport of that country. I don't know whether all those. See, we're all laughing, right? The credibility is so low of the idea. It's very unique. It's not relevant. We don't want to do it. Fantastic, son. Crazy. Who will believe this? Credibility is so low. Therefore, is it likable? No, we don't want to do it. And even if it comes free, will you do it? If they pay you 1 lakh, will you go? 50 lakhs? 1 crore? 5 crores? I'll go. Price value proposition. If they pay me 5 crores, of course, that is not price I am paying. They pay me 5 crores, I'll go. I'll fill up a citizenship form. Why not? But I'm a proud Indian, so I'll have dual citizenship. Right? But anyway, I've just given an absurd example, but that's really happening. One person is actually doing it. I just give an absurd example, say a new concept need not be just a product. It can be a service, it could be anything. Absolutely fantastic. Who would have thought that there will be driverless cars? My generation or my parents' generation, would they have dreamt of a driverless car? Right? I have lived through the time, I was a small boy, there used to be bulbs in every home. I was a child when every home started having tube lights. Oh, we have tube lights. In every room we have tube lights. Correct? It was a new concept. Today, can you imagine a home without tube light? Can you imagine how my grandfather or my great-grandfather would have studied? They would have studied with lamps. They studied better than I did, mind you. Can you just believe how people have lived? When I started my career, I would, if I had to write a document, I would write it in a pencil. And there were 5 of us research people in one team. We had one typist. We'll go and give the document to that one typist. She used to have a typewriter. Have you ever seen a typewriter? Patak, 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 she'll type in it. The key will go and cut, 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 it will do. Then she'll give the document to me. I will proofread it. Then I'll highlight typing mistakes. Then she will go, she'll put on white ink on that. And correctly she'll position it, she'll put the correct letter on top. I've seen that. From there to today, where I write something on this and it appears on the screen for you. This is 30 years of my career, I'm seeing this change. So if 30 years ago, if you had told me that you will write on something and that will appear on the screen, I would have said, wow, very relevant, very unique, but not at all credible. But today it's taken for granted. Right? Have you seen a gramophone record? Oh, you've not even heard of a gramophone record? No? You've heard of it. What is it? But you've not seen one.
Seen in the TV.
You've seen those big discs. You've not seen it? On TV, one big disc which will carefully place, then one needle will come and then it will sing. Cassette tapes, have you seen? Right? CDs, have you seen? I was the market researcher who did the first research study in our country on CDs. A Maharashtra-based company was launching CDs. At that time, cassettes were popular. So they called us, I was working for IMRB, which is called Cantor today. And they called us to do a concept test on CDs to see whether